The world has always been full of dangers, but this time what emerged shook the very foundation of humanity. A virus unlike anything ever seen before began to spread, something far more terrifying than a disease. It didn't just weaken people, it transformed them. In just 12 seconds, a normal human could turn into a bloodthirsty zombie. Cities that once stood as symbols of safety became death traps, as thousands of infected climbed over massive walls, forming living ladders of bodies to break through defenses. Screams echoed everywhere, people ran in panic, and death seemed to follow every step. This was no longer the world people once knew. Survival itself had become the ultimate challenge. And yet, it all began on an ordinary morning. Jerry Lane, a former investigator with years of experience in crisis situations, was living a peaceful life with his family. His wife Karen and their two daughters, Rachel and Connie, were his entire world. That morning felt no different from any other. Laughter filled the house, breakfast was being prepared, and the news playing in the background was nothing more than distant noise. No one paid attention. No one realized that this would be the last moment of normalcy they would ever experience. The moment Jerry stepped outside with his family, the illusion shattered. The streets were no longer safe. Chaos unfolded within minutes. Traffic jams locked people in place, explosions tore through buildings, and panic spread faster than any virus. People were running, screaming, attacking each other. What seemed like confusion quickly revealed itself as something far worse. The infected were no longer human. They moved with unnatural speed and aggression, biting anyone in their path and turning them within seconds. In what felt like moments, the entire city collapsed into a nightmare. Jerry understood one thing immediately: standing still meant death. With instincts shaped by his past, he made quick decisions to protect his family. Every second counted. Every turn could mean survival or disaster. Around them, cars crashed, people were dragged away, and the infected multiplied rapidly. The world was falling apart, yet Jerry refused to let go of his family. Even as fear closed in from every direction, he kept moving forward. Soon, the horrifying truth became undeniable. This was not just one city. This was global. Governments had fallen. Systems had collapsed. Humanity was no longer in control. What remained was a scattered fight for survival. In the middle of this chaos, Jerry was forced into a mission, one that could determine the fate of the entire world. He was no ordinary man, and those in power knew it. His experience made him valuable, and now he had no choice but to step back into the role he once left behind. To save his family, he would have to risk everything. His journey took him across the most dangerous places left on Earth. From abandoned military bases in South Korea to heavily fortified walls in Jerusalem, every location told the same story: fear, destruction, and desperation. But within that darkness, Jerry noticed something unusual. Something that didn't make sense. Some people were being ignored. Infected swarms would rush past certain individuals without attacking them. First it seemed random, but then a pattern began to form. Those being ignored were not healthy. They were already sick, seriously ill. This small observation became the most important clue in the entire crisis. It was a dangerous theory. Almost insane. What if the zombies were choosing their victims? What if they were avoiding hosts that were already unfit? The idea suggested that weakness could become protection. That disease itself could become a shield. With no time left and no better option, Jerry made a decision that could cost him his life. He tested the theory on himself. Injecting a dangerous pathogen into his own body, he stood face to face with the infected, waiting for the outcome. Seconds felt like hours. One wrong move, one wrong calculation, and he would become one of them. But something incredible happened. The zombies ignored him. For the first time since the outbreak began, there was hope. This discovery changed everything. Scientists quickly began working on a solution based on this principle, creating a way for humans to camouflage themselves from the infected. It wasn't a cure, but it was a weapon. a way to survive, a way to fight back. Slowly, humanity began to rise again. Armed with this new advantage, soldiers could move through infected zones without being attacked. Efforts to reclaim lost cities began. The war was far from over, but for the first time, humanity wasn't losing blindly. And in the middle of it all, Jerry found his family again. But deep down, he knew the truth. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning of a much longer battle, one where survival would always come at a cost. Now think about it. If you were in that world, what would you do? Would you take the same risk Jerry did? Would you be willing to infect yourself just to survive? Or would fear hold you back? If you enjoy intense, story-driven content like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What would your choice be in a world like this? 'Cause the next story might push things even further.